here today.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation, Jessie. Always good to connect.
So as we know, this year has been a very special year. In addition to the pandemic, it is also the 50th anniversary of Canada-China diplomatic relations. I was wondering, what are your experiences with China? Have you been there before?
This year was a significant year. As you know, Canada was one of the first Western countries to establish diplomatic relations with China in 1970. And then, of course, in 1973, we had the visit by Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau to China. So it's great to see that we are marking that anniversary. I did have the opportunity to travel to China. Last year, the Canada-China Legislative Association was invited to visit China, and we had the opportunity to land in Shanghai. And then from Shanghai, we went to Nanjing, from Nanjing to Macau, and then to Hong Kong. So it was an incredible opportunity to visit China and understand much better all the incredible developments that are going on in China.
So what was your first impression of the cities you went to?
Well, as you know, Shanghai is a beautiful city. It is so energetic and bustling. So it was nice to land in Shanghai. But of course, the reason for our visit was to have the opportunity to not only speak to government officials, but also to talk to academic institutions, to actually speak to the IT sector. So it was a very, very busy trip, but all of us had the opportunity to learn quite a bit while we were there.
That's great to hear. As you mentioned, it was a busy trip, but have you had any opportunities to maybe travel around or sightseeing and eat food?
Absolutely, the food was marvelous.
And do you have any plans to visit China again in the future? And are there any particular places you really love to visit in China?
Absolutely. I think it's incumbent upon Canadian decision makers to understand China better. Of course, I think it's important for elected officials to make the most of these opportunities. But I think it's also important to point out that the relationship that has existed between China and Canada, it is a people-to-people relationship. So it's important that we strengthen that and that Canadians and Chinese have a much better appreciation for the depth of the relationship that has existed between our two countries for the last 50 years.
Great. And as we know, you are the MP for the riding of Willowdale, and there's a big Chinese population in this area. So based on your interactions and also observations of the people here, how are they celebrating Chinese New Year and the Mid-Autumn Festival this year in the pandemic compared to previous years?
For sure, Willowdale does have a sizable Chinese community, a Chinese community that's incredibly dynamic, and many events actually happen in our riding. This year, as you can imagine, as with every other Canadian, the Chinese community has had to celebrate the new year under more difficult circumstances. It's been difficult on all of us, but thank goodness the community has been really focused on making sure that we all do our part to make sure that we are safe, our loved ones are safe. So for those reasons, it wasn't as joyous as it's always been.
Yes, it's been a difficult time for everyone. So how are the Chinese people in your community participating in trying to fight COVID-19?
Well, I think it's important that I emphasize that various Chinese community organizations have been very gracious and very generous. They have provided us with PPE, so We have been on the receiving end of that and very, very grateful for all the kind donations that have been made to our office by Chinese community organizations. Let me take this opportunity to wish all your viewers healthy months ahead. Please keep well and keep safe.